Hey guys, what's going on? NGS back again for another video. Time for vlog number 94. Taking a little break from the rants that I've been doing as of late, talking about the ignorance of people and all that stuff. Well, that all is fun, and I really liked hearing what you guys had to say. I got a couple of good video responses out of that. I just wanted to take a break from that because too much of a good thing is, well, too much of a good thing. There's only so much you can do for rants. Variety is the spice of life, so I just want to mix it up. So that's why I'm throwing out a vlog there for you guys, because there were a lot of things that were floating around in the gaming world, the anime world, and of course the movie world that I felt like giving my thoughts on. So don't worry, the rest of the rants, because I still have a lot to do on the topic of ignorance, those will still come out eventually. I'm not sure, but you guys can expect them. So, like Kingdom Hearts 3, 2024. Anyway, let's move on to the vlog. First, let's get two things out of the way. If you've been following One Piece Kaizo Komuso, then you would know that the game just recently released in Japan, March 1st, 2012. I don't know, I just have a habit of saying the year, even though we are in the year and it was only 2 days ago. Hey, that's just me. So, have you guys imported the game? If you are going to play the game, are you going to wait for the inevitable European, then North American release date? You guys already know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to wait for it to get localized, because 2012 is a beastly year for video games. So paying the extra cost for imports, I mean, I love One Piece. Everybody knows I love One Piece, but it's just there are plenty of other games that are readily available in the States that I want to pick up. I mean, already this year there were a lot of games that I didn't get that I do want to get, such as the Jak and Daxter HD Collection, Asura's Wrath, and also, of course, Twisted Metal. How could I forget that? You see, it's because when it comes to funds, when it comes to if I'm going to be able to play the game, 2012 is just, you're not going to have any money, and you're not even going to have the time to play the game. So it's a win-win for them, I guess. But I will end up picking up a lot of the games that are coming out this year, but at a later date, because I like to wait for price drops. I mean, I'm not one of those people who goes out and spends $60 every single week on video games. As you guys know, I like to wait for the deals, because that way you can get more bang for your buck and you can get more enjoyment for your dollars. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that? That's why I don't go out every single week buying $60 game, $60 game, $60 game, because A, most games aren't worth $60, and B, I'm never going to find the time to play them at launch. So I just wait, and as I wait, the price goes down. That's the way the market works, and then I'm able to play the games at a better price. I think everybody should do that. I just honestly think that's the way we should. I mean, of course, you're going to have your babies that you're going to spend $60. Of course, for me, Bioshock Infinite, Tales of Grace's F. I think those are... No, it's Bioshock Infinite, Tales of Grace's F, and Sly Cooper, Thieves in Time are really the main three games I'm going to be spending $60 for day one. And if you want to count day one, also 3D Dream Drop Distance, but that's $40. So, anyway. One Piece Kaizo Komuso is out, as well as Storm Generations dropped in Japan. I don't know why there's just this big gap in localization for Storm Generations. It came out like, I believe it was 2 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago in Japan, and then it's going to hit North America on the 13th, and then it hits Europe, I believe, on the 20th. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's just a giant gap in localization. Usually it's so simultaneous where it's in the same week, if not the same 14-day window period, but that's not the case. It's not like I'm complaining like those bitches who are ranting about Storm 2 Europe getting it a couple days early. I'm just saying that, localization is still a problem. I don't know what it has to do with. I just think they should try to strive for getting the games out everywhere as fast as they could, as fast as they possibly can, especially when you have a big powerhouse name like Naruto. It's not like Naruto isn't going to sell. I mean, seriously, look at all the crap games they put out on the DS. I mean, they even sold decently. So, I don't know, but then again, localization, like I said, it's always a problem. But sometimes it's not really our fault. Sometimes it's regional things and licensing and all that stuff. Anyway, as you guys know, I'm not really going to be picking up Storm Generations at launch because, frankly, I can definitely wait on it, because it's not really a top priority to me. I mean, I was thinking about it, I'm getting my tax return in a couple of days, so maybe I'll pick it up, I don't know. But as of this recording, I'm just not going to have the time to play it, so why not waste, it's bad to waste the money. But Tales of Grace's F, however, I will be picking up on release day. Well, I ordered it on Newegg, so hopefully they can get it to me release day. I paid $40 for it. So if I have to wait until Friday of that week to play Tales of Grace's F, I'm in no rush, because you're saving $20. So Tales of Grace's F is going to be one of the games I'm going to be freaking whoring the hell out of. You're probably going to see like 30 videos of me talking about Tales of Graces F and something, and Bobby already knows because I mean, I annoy Bobby to hell about that. What's up, Bobby? So, Tales of Graces F is going to be the game that I'm going to be picking up around that time, and I have spring break that week, so of course I'm going to be no-lifing the hell out of it. Mass Effect 3 having Day 1 DLC. Now, as you guys know, the DLC is really getting out of hand. I'll probably just do a video giving my stances on DLC, but I'm not for this. The From Ashes DLC being readily available at launch. I mean, listen, if you're buying the game, you're buying the game for $60, $65 with tax, and then you have to go home and buy the DLC for an extra $10. You're spending like roughly $75, $76 on the game, you know, just for that piece of DLC. And it's not like the BS DLC they come out with, like character skins or weapon packs, all that useless stuff that for some reason Capcom loves to do. But when it comes to, you know, actual things that pertain to the story and characters, you're going to want that stuff because that's very crucial. EA knows this. It's not like, oh, it doesn't matter, you don't need the DLC to have a great experience. Yeah, if that DLC was costume packs, I'm pretty sure we could all live without that. But EA has done this before. They've done other games, Day 1 DLC and all this such. Yeah, but why are people expecting this? Why do they adhere to this? Why do they really, like, EA's conditioning you to agree with this business practice, Day 1 DLC, cutting content from the game. I don't care if BioWare said the game went gold in January and they started working on the DLC right after that. Why does it have to even be released the same day? This could have been something that you put out, I don't know, 3 weeks later, a month later. You get what I'm saying? DLC is not something that is usually worked on after the game. It's usually worked on when the game is in production, usually. But to release it the same day, it's because the reason why they work on DLC before the game comes out is because they have to make sure it's going to work with the engine so they don't have any problems, you know, coding, all that stuff. You've seen it with Fallout, how some of the DLC didn't work properly. Same thing with the original Mass Effect. So I'm all for them working on DLC before the game comes out. But if that DLC is legit cut from the game and then offered up online, or worked on the game and released within the same week, you know, there are just certain things that I can't stand for. I mean, I love Mass Effect, and EA knows that. They know that people will pay top dollar no matter what because they want to get the most money out of it. And since Mass Effect is such a huge franchise that people will do anything for no matter what because this is the final in the Shepard trilogy, come on, people. They know it's a hot item. So they're going to put out this DLC on the same day, knowing the fans, diehard fans, because there's a lot of them, will buy it. But me being a sensible gamer, I'm not going to. I don't care that the game is so massive that you're probably not even going to remember this part of it. That doesn't matter. It's just the fact of the matter that this is going to continue going on. Who's to say that it just won't be a character? People were saying the same thing when it came to costume packs and weapons. Oh, it's just a small thing, it's not going to matter. Character. It's not going to matter. Multiplayer mode. It's not going to matter. 95% of the story. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm going to be waiting on Mass Effect 3. I'm not going to pirate the game. I will be picking up the Game of the Year edition when that comes out. Because, you know, it's just more and more I'm really saddened by what's going on with the industry. I noticed that a lot of these companies are making less money nowadays since they've implemented these practices as opposed to when they did back in the day. And I think that should be an indicator already. Look at how bad THQ is doing. They're trying to do all of these things, and it's not working out for them. And you know what really sucks about THQ is they're doing all this bullshit stuff with like these crappy games like U-Draw and all that shit. And they're sacrificing quality game development. Like Chaos Studios got closed down because of some bullshit THQ had with U-Draw because it was a flop. And they had to downsize, they had to cut back corners and all that stuff. And you know that it's hindering quality game development because they're making all these damn mistakes. I'm still getting Mass Effect, but you know what the fact of the matter is that this business practice, if it keeps going on, everybody's going to consider this to be the norm, and I don't think that's right because you should get the most bang out of your buck for a game. Wait for the Game of the Year edition. That's just me. I love Mass Effect, but I love it so much I'm going to wait. Now let's switch the topic from Mass Effect over to Assassin's Creed. As you guys have known, Ubisoft has been teasing another Assassin's Creed game for a while. It's like they weren't going to do another Assassin's Creed game at all. Like, what the hell is this? Everybody should know that because Assassin's Creed is their top franchise at the moment. It's the new Prince of Persia. But like anything that is really a hot item, it's going to die out eventually as it becomes oversaturated. Assassin's Creed is a great series overall, but you can definitely tell that the series, it's just lost its spark, you know? I mean, I played through all the games. The first game that I played through was the first one. However, as you guys know, I fell asleep playing it. People say, oh, you can't fall asleep playing a video game. Yeah. Yeah, you kind of can when the game is just so goddamn boring and repetitive. That was just me. I played through all of number 2. I thought number 2 was fucking fantastic. Followed by that, I played Brotherhood. Brotherhood was pretty good, not as good as number 2. It was alright. Revelations was... I'm not even going to talk about that piece of shit. I know Samuel Geek loves the hell out of Revelations, and I'm just like, why? Anyway, with Assassin's Creed 3... Another one? Really? But it's a number title, so it has to be good. Oh, they've been working on it for a while. Like, no, I don't know. I mean, because you could tell that the quality of the games has gone downhill, and it becomes so oversaturated that, honestly, I don't want to play it anymore. I mean, more power to you if you want to keep playing the games, whatever, but this nigga right here, no. But the box art, or the cover art, whatever you want to call it for the game, was leaked, and it shows an assassin in the American Revolution. Very interesting indeed, because for the past 3 games we've all been really in the same setting. You know, it hasn't been anything groundbreaking, branching, because it was all one storyline. It was all the Ezio thing, which, you know, it was really funny that it took them 3 whole fucking games to do it. But hey, whatever, we move on. So it's going to be a brand new setting taking place during the American Revolution. I have to say that really piqued my interest. You know, I'm not completely sold on the game as of yet because, frankly, I'm not even going to be buying the game when it comes out. I'm waiting for it to go down to 20 bucks. But I can say that the setting, the time period is going to be very interesting to see how that plays out. I really hope it's not just another cut and paste, or we're just going to take these elements from those games and put them into this one. You know, because to my knowledge, I really do think they are changing it up a bit as far as, you know, how the game is going to play, because it's a completely different time period, so obviously certain things aren't going to work out as well. There's not going to be so many of these giant, huge towns that you're going to explore. It's going to be all about the open world. So I think that that is why it took this number title so long, because they really have to change up the gameplay. So we'll just see how that performs. As I said, you guys, things can be deceiving from when they start out. However, Ubisoft is holding a huge press event or whatever on March 5th, which is 2 days from now, all about Assassin's Creed, so they're probably going to be officially revealing the game and busting out with a lot more details on it, so I guess we'll wait till then. Now, switching it up from video game to movie news, Marvel has officially released the next trailer for the Avengers. Marvel has recently begun their heavy advertising campaign this year for their upcoming comic book multiverse film. It's taken them this long, but it's on the horizon, you guys, so I don't know which trailer this is. I'm essentially going to talk about what I thought about it. I gotta say that, overall, yeah, I'm excited for the Avengers, you know? I really can't say anything else. I'm pretty sure everybody who likes comic books or is a nerd or a geek is pumped up for this film. But it's not really one of the ones that I'm really anticipating this year. Like, I anticipate The Amazing Spider-Man and The Dark Knight Rises over this one. I mean, I know this film is going to be good and all, but there are just things about it that don't really fit well with me. The series is going to be better as time goes on, like when we see a second installment, a third installment. How much you want to bet it's going to play out like this? So, Samuel L. Jackson assembles all the people, and yes, I say Samuel L. Jackson because he ain't playing Nick Fury, he's playing Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson assembles all the Avengers together, they meet, they say hello, and there's obviously going to be this war for power between Tony Stark, Captain America, and Thor. Because they're all, you know, big, gruff men, you know, they want to be the leader of the group. So that's why I assumed they had them fighting in the trailer. I mean, this is just off my impressions. That's probably why they were fighting each other. So then, I don't know, Loki gets free, and then he releases the Transformers onto the Earth. The Avengers are like, you know what, for the greater good, we'll fight amongst each other. They shake hands, they hug, they make up, whatever, and then they just beat the hell out of the Transformers, and then end the movie. Like, I pretty much think that's the way it's going to go. But I want to know this, why the hell are they whoring Scarlett Johansson in this trailer? I mean, I fucking thought she was horrible as hell in Iron Man 2, because, you know, she didn't have to embody the character at all. All she had to do was wear skin-tight black leather, and oh yeah, she fits the role perfectly. Yet, like, every single chance they get in the trailer, they're showing her, I'm like, What the fuck? Seriously? I guess there are a lot of horny teenage boys. Actually, you know what? In some cases, there are adults out there who love Scarlett Johansson. I mean, yeah, she's an attractive woman and all, but seriously, in the role of the Avengers, no. And also, Mark Ruffalo, fucking, this is one thing I really want to understand, Marvel. You know, I may joke about the Scarlett Johansson is, but for the role of Bruce Banner, you went from such a beast like Edward fucking Norton to Mark Ruffalo? Mark Ruffalo? We go from Edward Norton to shit. Edward Norton shits on Mark Ruffalo. Like, his portrayal of Bruce Banner, like, what a lot of people don't understand about The Incredible Hulk, the 2008 film, was that Edward Norton was one of the most dedicated people working on the film. He offered to play the role for literally nothing, next to nothing. Usually when you have a big name actor, all they want is their exposure and their paycheck at the end of the day. You know, but not Edward Norton. He's wanted to play this character ever since he started learning about the Hulk. You know, he wanted to play it in the 2003 film, but thank God he didn't go through with it because he didn't like the way the film was being made, the script mainly. So with this new film, he got on board, literally for nothing. He rewrote the entire script because he wanted to play the character. He wanted to make this film good for the fans, and sadly that film got, again, rewritten by the studio to add more action. And I think that really sucks because the amount of dedication that he had for the film, it's something to be admired when you look at all of these other celebrities, these A-list actors who are signing on for all these movies, and you're like, what the fuck are they even here for? Outside of name recognition, eye candy, whatever. And the whole beef with the Avengers, you know, how Marvel had to let him go, I can guarantee you he probably just wanted to help out more on the movie. He wanted to help out with the script. And what's wrong with that? What's wrong with getting a second opinion on something? Not to say that Joss Whedon is any less talented. I mean, I like a lot of his stuff, but having the opinion of somebody else out there who really loves and embodies the character isn't really a bad thing. You know, it would have been great for Norton to be on there and help them out with the script, because who knows, maybe the Avengers could have been this amazing epic movie. Not saying that it isn't, but you never know. You never know. So I'm sad that he got dismissed from the film, and you know, the arrogance of Kevin Feige, or whatever the fuck his name is, just really astounds me. You know, but Edward Norton will always be one of my favorite actors, and you know, Mark Ruffalo, really? Are we gonna go there, Marvel? I mean, would I be considered an Edward Norton fanboy? Yeah, I would be an Edward Norton fanboy with reason, because it's just ridiculous. I mean, Marvel, you look at how much people hate your films, not all of them, mind you, because there are certain things that don't mesh together, and then you got this guy on there who wants to help you do that because he actually knows what the fuck he's talking about. Nope. We gotta dismiss him. Maybe it was for legal reasons. Maybe he couldn't do that because he was an actor. He couldn't get involved with the script. That would make sense. Maybe. Whatever. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you stuck it all the way through, what do you guys think about the stuff that I talked about? Day 1 DLC, Assassin's Creed 3, Avengers trailer, etc, etc, etc. Let me know down below in the comments. Thanks for watching this video. I'm NGS signing out, and like always, catch you guys later. Peace.